Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. One state representative is looking to get rid of funding for non-government organizations, better known as NGOs.
Representative Dee Richard of Thibodaux wants to redirect that state money to fund higher education. Richard is considering a constitutional amendment that would require NGOs to get funding from another source other than state government. This would ultimately have to be brought to a public vote. The idea of eliminating funding isn't sitting well with some. Chris Welty went over to the Acadiana Center for the Arts, one NGO that could be affected.
You know, I honestly always have to scratch my head a little bit about these efforts.
Executive Director of Acadiana Center for the Arts, Gerd Woosteman, is worried about the potential fallout if NGO funding is eliminated. Though ACA doesn't receive direct state funding, it would lose money funneled in from the Louisiana Division of the Arts.
We often perform services, especially when it comes to art and culture, tourism, social services, for pennies on the dollar, because we do it with a lot of volunteerism, and we do it because we're passionate about the cause at hand. We want to serve our communities.
There are some good ones, but they suffer because there's so many bad ones, so much wasteful money out there. I just think it's time we start looking at other methods of saving money.
State Representative Dee Richard wants to shift money from NGOs to fund higher education. But Woosteman says NGOs should not be punished.
So I don't think it's an either-or decision. It's not we have to fund higher education, which we are a great proponent of. We should fund higher education well. But we also need to take care of everything else, from policing to roads and ditches to, of course, art and culture and NGOs and social services.
We should not be in the business of funding some of these organizations. They're still not a government entity. They should be surviving on themselves as a business, if that's what they are.
In Lafayette, Chris Welty, KATC TV3.
In St. Landry Parish, the Colombe Foundation is among 28 NGOs that have been referred to the state legislative auditor for a review of its finances. Just last month, the foundation was told to show how they spent $300,000 in state tax dollars or repay that money. And so far, there's no update on the foundation, but the state treasurer's office says the files are going to be sent to the legislative auditor for review.
Taking a look at news parish by parish, we start this evening in St. Martin. The Breaux Ridge police officer who fatally shot a teenager last year could be facing disciplinary